Okay, for this next part, I am looking at part B, underneath where you just took some notes on the longest and shortest name lengths, comparing Chinese and US name lengths. And it says to make 2 line plots, one for each class. And I am looking at the length of Chinese names. I also have the length of Chinese names frequency table because I'm going to use that to help me make my graph here. A line plot is something that we have not talked about yet, but it is pretty simple to create. What you're going to do is take a look at your data that you have in your frequency table, and my lowest piece of data that I have here is 4 letters. So I started numbering it with 4. You can start numbering it with whatever number you want. I could have started with 0. I just started with 4 because that's where my data starts here. And it says I have 2 names that have 4 letters in their name. So what I'm going to do is put 2 X's above the number 4 to show that I have 2 students represented there. Okay, then I'm going to go and I'm going to take a look at how many students I have with 5 letters in their name, and there are 4 of them. So I'm going to put 4 X's above the number 5. When you make your table, you want to make sure that your X's are about the same size so that your graph is accurate. Okay, so then I have 6 here, and there are 8 people that have 6 letters in their name. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, way up there. Okay, now for 7, I have 7. So my X's should all be about the same size, right next to each other, across from each other. 8, I have 2 students who had 8 letters in their name. And 9, I had 7 students who had 9 letters in their name. Okay, so that is my line plot for my Chinese name lengths. So make sure that you take a minute to copy this onto your lab sheet. I'll zoom in a little bit here for you so you can see it better. Okay, now I could have kept numbering my graph here, but I did not because I didn't need to. A couple other things I want you to notice. I just have 2 titles. I have my main title, and I have a title where we would normally say across the x-axis. I don't have one here on my y-axis. Sometimes what you will see in books or on maybe IXL or your STAR test is over on the side the word frequency. Which is just telling you how often that data occurs. So what I would like you to do now is create a frequency table for the length of US names. I would like you to start with the number 4, even though our data doesn't start at 4 for the US name lengths, because I want you to be able to compare the US and the Chinese, and I want you to see where that data falls on the graph. So start at 4 and number all the way to 17 because that is our largest piece of data. And then I'm going to have you watch the next video so that you can see where that data fits and how we can compare our 2 pieces.